Hello, yogis. Welcome. My name is Petra. I'm going to take you through a Yin Yoga practice suitable for all levels. So, Yin is a very relaxing and soothing style of yoga. It gives you slow, deep muscle release and enhances the natural range of motion in the joints. So we will be holding poses for about 2 minutes. So it's really important not to go too intense. Always find the appropriate stretch for your body. And by staying in a pose for a longer period of time, your body will open and relax into the pose by itself. And possibly you will be able to go a little bit deeper. So remember, less is more in Yin Yoga. So you do not need any props for this practice, but if you have yoga blocks at home, you might want to have them ready close by, just in case you would like to modify and make certain poses more comfortable to you. I'm not going to talk through the poses, so you can really focus on yourself, your breath, and on your own inner thoughts. So let's begin. We will begin in extended child's pose. So let's bring your big toes together. Open the knees as wide as you would like them to be. The further apart they are, the more intense this will feel. And then first start lengthening through your spine. Reach up through the crown of your head. And keeping that length in your spine, slowly start walking your hands out in front of you, folding your torso down. Relax the hips towards the heels. And if this feels too intense, you might have your knees just too far apart. So just bring them back in a little bit. See if you can melt your heart towards the floor. Bring your awareness to your breath and let your body naturally relax and soften. Staying in the child's pose for about 2 minutes. You can slowly start moving out of the pose. From here, make your way to tabletop position, all fours. So take your time, bringing your knees about hip width apart and make sure they are right under your hips. Check your shoulders over your wrists. Take an inhale, finding your cow pose, lift your sit bones, open through the chest. And then slowly take it to your cat. So arching through your back, release your head down. Deep inhale, cow, open through the heart. And long exhale out, cat. One more time, moving slowly with your breath. Big and full inhale, opening through the chest. And as you exhale, rounding through, finding your cat. You can slowly bring your spine back to neutral. Coming to our next pose, Sphinx pose. So plant the forearms on the floor with elbows under or slightly in front of the shoulders and your forearms parallel, or you can have your hands clasped together. Bring your legs about hip width apart, a little bit wider to make it a little bit easier on your lower back. And again, we will stay here in the Sphinx pose for about 2 minutes. So from this pose, we are going to move to an open wing, which is a great pose or stretch for your shoulders. Extend your right arm out to the side, or you can cactus your arm, bringing your elbow in line with your shoulder or a little bit above your shoulder. And then from here, we are going to use our left hand to roll onto your right side, on your right hip, your shoulder, and your ear. I find easier if I bend my knees, but if you like to intensify the stretch through your shoulder, feel free to use your left hand to gently push into the floor. So let's stay in this pose for a moment, focusing on a long, smooth, and deep breaths. You can slowly start moving out of the pose, rolling back onto your belly and switching sides. This time rolling onto the left side of your body, onto your left hip, your shoulder, and your left ear. Always finding the steady intensity that is easy to hold. Let's start moving out of this pose, rolling back onto your belly, using your hands to press yourself, sitting on your heels. Take a moment to lengthen through the spine, and then you can slowly start folding your torso forward and down into your full child's pose, Balasana. So your arms can be alongside your body, or if you like, you can bend your elbows and plant your hands under your head as a pillow. So we're gonna stay here for a few breaths just to relax your shoulders, your neck, breathing into your belly and giving your abdominal organs a little massage. Relax your face muscles, your jaw, and just soften into this pose. Start rolling your spine back upright. Moving on to our next pose, deer pose. So roll onto one side so you can fold your legs, bringing your right leg in front and left leg behind. So if it's too much on your knees, you can play with the angle of your leg. You can bring your heel closer towards your body or further away from your body. Just make sure you have your right knee in line with your right hip and your left knee in line with your left hip. Let's lengthen through the spine first, finding nice long spine. And then you can slowly start turning your torso to the right. You can stay here or feel free to start folding your torso forward and down. Option to stay on your hands. If this feels good, maybe lowering down on your forearms. You can stack your fists under your forehead to support your head, or maybe planting your hands and releasing your head onto your hands. Again, finding the appropriate stretch for your body so you feel comfortable in this pose for next about 1 or 2 minutes. And as you continue your deep breathing, allowing your body to settle and melt down into this pose. When you're ready, you can slowly start moving out of this pose, rising your torso back upright. Let's bring one leg at a time in front of you. If you need to, you can just shake out through your legs. And then moving to the other side, so switching your legs. This time bringing your left leg in front of your body and folding your right leg behind. Bringing your knees in line with your hips. And then finding the right angle with your legs so your knees feel comfortable. So take a big inhale. And then folding diagonally down towards the floor. And just always make sure in each pose that it's not too much, and remember the less is more in Yin Yoga. You can slowly start coming out of this pose. And extending those legs in front of you so you can shake them out. And moving into butterfly legs position, Pada Konasana. Let's bring the soles of your feet together. Interlace your fingers, holding your feet. Now let's lengthen through the spine as you tilt the pelvis forward and down to fold your torso towards the ground. And then you can allow the spine to round and releasing your head down. Feel free to support your forehead on the yoga block or using your hands or stacking your fists. Relax your shoulders, your arms. Relax your neck muscles, your face. And just letting your body settle into this pose a little bit deeper with each exhalation. Let's slowly start moving out of the pose, rolling your spine back upright. Lifting your head up last. Let's go ahead and extend your right leg out to the side, as far open as it feels comfortable to you. If it's too intense, feel free to bring your leg forward, a little bit more forward. And just making sure not turning your toes and your knee inward, flexing your right foot, pointing your toes and your right knee up towards the ceiling. With your next inhalation, extend your left arm up towards the ceiling and start reaching through your fingertips, maybe a little bit higher. And then from here, moving to side bend. So folding your torso over to the right towards your extended leg. So keeping this just side bend, make sure not turning your chest up towards the ceiling so it's not too much on your lower back. And just letting go, let your head release down. So make sure not holding any tension in your neck. Relax your face muscles. You can bend your elbows, maybe holding your toes with your right hand, maybe just resting your hand on your shin or on your thigh. wherever it feels most comfortable for you. You can slowly release, rising your torso back upright, moving to twist to the left. So first finding a nice long spine. Take a big inhale here, and with your exhalation, start turning your torso to the left. Placing your right hand on your left knee and left fingertips behind your body. Return back to center. Bring your arms alongside your body. Take a moment to loop those shoulder blades down to carry your back. Finding a long spine. And with your exhalation, tilting your pelvis forward. So make sure of folding your torso from your hips. And then releasing down into your forward fold. Again, choosing your variation of the pose. You can stay on your hands, maybe on your forearms, maybe supporting your forehead on the yoga block or using your hands to support your head. Feel and notice your breath and stay here as long as you feel comfortable in this pose. When you are ready, start moving out of the pose, extending your legs in front of you. If you need to shake them out, and then you can start switching sides, extending your left leg as wide open as you would like it to be, so it feels comfortable. Sweeping your right arm up towards the ceiling and folding your torso over to the left. Take your time to ease into this pose. you can start moving out of the pose, lifting your torso back upright. Taking a nice full breath in here, and with your exhalation, gently start turning your torso open to the right, bringing your left hand on your knee or on your thigh, and your right fingertips behind your body. Beautiful. Returning your torso back to center and folding your torso forward and down. You can again stay on your hands, maybe on your forearms, maybe folding your hands under your head or extending your arms forward. Whatever feels most comfortable to your body. Relax your shoulders, allowing your spine to round, soften through the belly. Maybe asking yourself a question: what can I let go of right now? Pause and listen to what comes up without judgment. Just listen and feel the clues your body gives you. Slowly release. Bring both legs in front of you just for a moment. And then moving to our next pose, wide-legged seated forward fold. Open your legs out to the sides, flex your feet. Make sure your toes and your knees are pointing up towards the ceiling. With your next inhalation, lengthening through your spine, and with your exhalation, slowly start tilting your pelvis forward and releasing your torso down towards the floor. Using your hands or your yoga block to support your head. You can stay on your forearms, bend your elbows, or extending your arms forward. Stretching your inner thighs, also getting nice stretch through your lower back, your glutes and your hips. Pausing here for about 2 minutes. out of the pose. Slowly start bringing one leg at a time in front of you. Feel free to shake out through your legs. And then let's plant your feet flat on the floor, wider than your hips. And then start dropping your knees over to the right. Inhale, bring them to center, and exhale, drop your knees to the left. Let's repeat this one more time, releasing any tension out from your hips. Beautiful. Slowly start making your way on to your back. Bend your knees and bring your feet flat on the floor as wide as your yoga mat. Take an inhale here, and with your exhalation, letting your knees fall over to the right, scooping your hips slightly to the left, bringing your spine in line with your hips. You can also turn your head to the left, staying in your spinal twist for a few breaths. Slowly start bringing your knees back to center. Take a nice full breath in. And with your exhalation, releasing your knees over to the left, slightly scooping your hips to the right. And you might want to turn your head opposite direction. Close your eyes and staying in the pose for a moment. Beautiful. Slowly release. Bring your knees back to center. Now let's give yourself big hug, big squeeze by bringing your knees together, wrapping your forearms around your shins, and maybe lifting your forehead towards your knees, squeezing your body, stretching through the whole spine. Let's take one more big inhale here. And with your exhalation, your final resting pose, your Shavasana. So Shavasana is as important as any other yoga pose. So please make sure, yogis, you do not rush out of your Shavasana. Staying here at least for 2 minutes. Just allowing your mind and your body to surrender and let go of anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Letting the old die so you can let the new in. Okay, my dear yogis, you can slowly start moving out from your Shavasana. Start wiggling your fingers, your toes. You can start rolling your wrists, your ankles. So slowly bringing gentle movements back to your body. Maybe extending your arms overhead, stretching your body. And then really slowly bending both knees, roll onto one side into your fetal position. You can plant your hands under your head as a pillow. And then when you're ready, you can slowly press yourself up. Cross your legs, rest your hands on your knees. Now let's end our practice with one more cycle of breath. So let's take a really big inhale as you reach your arms up overhead. Now let's bring that energy into your body, to your heart as you exhale. Anjali Mudra, bowing your head towards your heart, honoring yourself. Maybe taking a moment to notice how you feel. I hope you feel good. Have a great rest of the day, everyone. Namaste.